Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today? It's Sunday, and as I've said over the past couple of lives, I would try to do a live every Sunday. Right now, we have a little bit of time early in the morning. It's going to change when it comes to April, May, and then throughout the whole season. But I still will try to do some lives when I can. So anyway, let's get started right away because I have about 45 minutes till my crew arrives, maybe less. We open today at 11 for your meat and poultry pickup orders, or if you want to come by and get some eggs, you can do that too. Well, we got a little bit of a blustery wind out there today in the field. So we have, so 11 o'clock you can come by if you want eggs, mozzarella cheese, honey, or pick up your meat orders. I don't really have much else yet, but I am noticing that this is a pretty warm March. If April continues to be warm, we'll be able to get the cool weather crops in the ground pretty soon. And if that happens, we will start harvesting early. Hopefully, the CSA memberships will begin the beginning of May. But it's all based on weather. The past few years, it's been the end of May. So, CSA memberships, I have a few left if you'd like to come by and get that. That membership begins in, as I said, May. It's weather driven. Goes all the way to the first week of October. It's a great program. You get a big box of food every week and you pay up front. So it's a prepay produce plan. The pickups are here. You decide the day and time that you want to pick up your produce, and that's your day and time for the season. So if Tuesday 4 o'clock is a good day for you, Tuesday 4 o'clock you come. So that's the CSA, and it's a lot of food. I source from other farms, as well as we grow a lot of stuff here. So you'll be getting a little bit of that. And the box is big. It'll feed a family of 4 in produce side dishes. If you're a vegetarian and that's all you're eating, it probably lasts you 3 or 4 days. Maybe 4 or 5 days. If you're a juicer, it's probably going to only last you 2 or 3 days. If you're juicing everything. But it's a great program. Lots of fruit, lots of vegetables. Some of the berries that we grow are blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, mulberries, grapes, figs. We bring in apples. I'm looking out in the field, seeing what else I'm missing. But yeah, that's some of the fruit that I have. The berries that I have. Also, we have watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew. You guys have had my watermelon, cantaloupe, and honeydew from last year. You know how great it was. Hopefully, we'll be able to get that again. Grow that again. I do have the seeds that I brought up from Santa Marta, Colombia, which is amazing watermelon. I eat so much watermelon when I'm down there, and I just keep the seeds. So I do not grow seedless watermelon. If I have seedless watermelon on the stand, it means I've sourced it from another farm. Here in my field, I prefer to grow all straight stuff, no GMOs, no hybrids. So a seedless watermelon is a hybrid. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a GMO, but I want to grow the good stuff. I want to grow the stuff with seeds. So anyway, that being said, I have a few CSA memberships available. If anyone's interested, shoot me a text at 631-480-6497. Plus, if you have any questions, inquiries, statements that you want to make to me, 631-480-6497. I usually don't look at this live once it's finished. I download it to my YouTube page, and my YouTube page is Organics Today. But you can also search it at MICHAMSS YouTube. Okay, so it's Organics Today. And I have some pretty interesting videos. I have one interesting video of what I call the birds. And it's when there was a hatching of a certain insect. And all these starlings came from everywhere. There were thousands of them. You got to check it out. It's almost like the movie The Birds. So that's on my YouTube page too. So that's Organics Today on YouTube. Plus, if you want to follow me on Instagram, cool. Or Facebook, I have this page, OT Farm on Facebook. I also have Organics Today Farm and Farmers Market East Islip. So Farmers Market East Islip, when you see any of those posts, it's really OT Farm. It's not the Farmers Market in town, in the town of Islip. Oh, anyway, by the way, happy St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. St. Patrick's Day has always been a day for me to plant snow peas. Whether there's snow on the ground, which has been in the past, or not, which is like today, you can always plant snow peas on the 17th of March, St. Patrick's Day. So if you want to remember that fun fact next year or tomorrow, get your snow peas in. Snow peas have to go in early because they like cool weather. They are a cool crop, and they will be done by June. They'll just burn up and they'll fry by June. They hate the heat. But it's nice. Snow peas are the peas you get at the Chinese restaurant, the kind of flat ones. And they're delicious. So the 17th of March, St. Patrick's Day, is the day to plant those. And they'll come up when they're ready. All right, so a few more CSA programs available. You can join that. You can text me for any information that you want on it, or you can go to the website, organicstodayfarms.com. organicstodayfarms.com, and just click on CSA. And there's other things there. You can navigate to the website. We have the volunteer program, which I'm still accepting volunteers. It's another great program. I'd like to get as many volunteers as we can. It's 6 hours a week. It's nothing. And in return for your work throughout the season, it goes all the way to November, and you're going to learn a ton of stuff. You're going to be in a non-toxic environment, and you're going to get a big box of food every week starting in May and ending in the first week of October, but I try and go a little bit further if I can. First week of October is when the food starts running out. Okay, so that's the volunteer program. It's an awesome program for anyone that wants to learn, who wants to eat well, and who wants to work in a non-toxic environment. Everything here is organic. Okay, so gardening class coming up sooner than you think. By the way, we officially open March 20th. So what's that, Thursday? So we'll be open that weekend, fully open. I will have as much stock in here as possible. I'm securing a pretty large shipment now of beef tallow, for those of you that are interested in that. Hopefully everything goes well with that. I'll have lots of it, tons of it, by Thursday. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Eggs, well, we're going to be a little challenged with eggs. I have lots of eggs now, but we've got challenges. First of all, the chickens are just beginning to lay. The prices are still a little bit high, so people that I source eggs from, they want a lot more than I personally think they're worth, because I try to keep my price down as low as possible for you guys. You know the premise here. Good, clean food at low prices. And this year it's been a little bit tough, but hopefully things will get a lot better. Oil is down to 64 bucks a barrel, maybe even less. So that's a plus, because the less costly gas and oil, the less costly transportation for everything. So that helps to bring prices down. I'm sure you all know that. Anyway, so we'll be open the 20th. And then every day, almost every day, once we get into full swing, like in April, we're open every single day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Weekends, holidays, bad weather. But in the month of March, even after the 20th, the weekends, absolutely, we're here. But it's a little iffy. Monday, I might go someplace to pick up supplies. So during the week, text me if you want to come. Until April, then April, we're full swing. This is a busy time for me. Well, it's always busy here, but this is restock time. I got to spend a lot of time running around, picking up organic pesticides, organic fertilizers, limestone, all that stuff that you folks need for your garden. So I got to have all that on the shelves. And that has been a challenge too, because certain companies that I deal with have made changes. It's a challenge this year, but we'll get it all done without any problems. Okay, so gardening class, Saturday, April 6th is the first one. We will have 4. 2 in April, 2 in May. So the 6th of April, and I don't remember the second date of April, but it's later in the 20th. It's listed on the website. The 2025 schedule is on the website, and that's under, I believe that's under programs. Click programs, or events, either one of those two. And it'll give you the whole schedule of the gardening class. And each gardening class syncs with what you need to do in your garden at that time. So for example, the first one, April 6th, when you come to that gardening class, when you leave, you can pick up your soil, your fertilizer, your vegetable plants that you want to plant, only your cool weather crops. Guys, please, I go through this every year. Please don't buy tomatoes, eggplant, peppers, basil, zucchini. Don't buy that at this time of year, even if you see it at Lowe's and Home Depot. It's not time. Wait till the second week of May for those things. It's just not time. And this is what you're going to also learn in the gardening class. So, pretty excited about the gardening classes. I love giving them. First one is April 6th at 10:30. I think it's 10:30, but it's listed on the website. Okay, so I just want to go over what I've spoken to a lot of folks about over the past couple of weeks is olive oil. So you know how everybody raves about the Mediterranean olive oil, and how good it is for you and how it adds longevity to you. But what I've seen, because I'm Italian heritage, I have my aunt that just recently passed away, Aunt Angie. She lived to 101. My mom is 99. She'll be 100 in October. I had aunts in Italy. They all lived to 98, 99. So everybody says there's longevity in the family. You must have great genetics. I'm not so sure. Maybe genetics played a role, but the olive oil played more of a role, because olive oil has polyphenols in it. Polyphenols protect your cells. Just checking the front there. Just a little windy. Polyphenols protect your cells. You look it up, polyphenols. But you need to get olive oil, which I have here, exactly the olive oil you need, that is grown in arid climates. What happens with it is the olive tree, thinks that it's dying, so it creates it fills the olive with many more polyphenols, which is what is really beneficial to your health. I take a swig of olive oil every day. I put it on my skin too. I remember my aunts when they came out here to visit. One day we were going to the beach. They were in the kitchen with the olive oil, putting it all over themselves. They used olive oil for everything, including cooking, salads. They drenched everything with olive oil. And it was good Sicilian or Mediterranean olive oil where the tree grew in harsh conditions, very dry, arid conditions, creating more polyphenols. So that's the thing, that's the secret or the trick of olive oil. You can't just get your crappy olive oil. It's got to be good stuff. And I have that here. We just got the shipment in from Dominic. He said to me when I went to pick it up, he said, I don't have the Italian, he's got a heavy accent. I don't have the Italian olive oil. I have it from Tunisia. I said, that's even better, man. That's North Africa. That's hot, arid, dry, harsh conditions. So Tunisia, Morocco, Sicily, Malta, awesome olive oil coming out of those places. So I do have it. Feel free to come by. I will have eggs today too, and I have honey and some other things here and there. Beef tallow will be in a couple of days. We'll have it. I'm hoping it arrives. We'll have it on the grand opening. All right. So right now, what we're doing here is we're in the greenhouse. You can see it. I built this greenhouse, as you can tell by the shabbiness of it. Anyway, this is all the stuff that's going to either be sold to you for your garden or put into the field. We start almost everything in here. Small seeds get started early. Big seeds we're going to plant directly. So that's kind of a saying that I made, and we go over this in in the gardening class. Large seed, direct sow. Small seed, you grow. Cute, right? All it means is if you got a big seed like a squash, zucchini, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, a cucumber, large seed, you can directly sow them in the ground. They'll be up super fast. And by the way, we planted broccolini too. That came up in 5 days, I believe it was. 5 or 6 days. So it came up fast. Here in the greenhouse, it's heated at night. I have an oil furnace, forced air oil furnace, that keeps this greenhouse at the minimum temperature of 50 at night. And then during the day, I have to stop here every day because it's not automated. It could reach 100 degrees during the day, so I have to come here and open the doors and open the windows to make sure that the plants are not frying. So this is how we begin the process of the farm. It starts here in the greenhouse. So I have a lot of stuff going on. I've got the resupply of the farm stand. We got to work the soil out here. I have the tractor out there, and we're spreading manure. And the manure is aged. The manure started arriving here from a local horse farm in November 1st, right? Day after Halloween. I opened it up to this particular horse farm because I know what they feed their animals. I know the concept. I know they're clean there. And I want their manure. Their manure is good. So we spread it around, and then in the next week or so, once it's spreaded flat and we get some rain on it to tamp it down, then we're going to till it under. We'll plow it, disc it, and then till it. Once it's tilled under, then it's living soil, and the earthworms, all these insects start working to make fertilizer. We get into that in the gardening class too. Anyway, that's where we're at this point in time. And this is where I spend most of my time, either at the farm stand or here in the greenhouse. And then we have rain barrels. Now, if you look right here, this is a rain barrel. Hope you can see that. So every time it rains, all these rain barrels, and I have about 12 of them around the farm, they all fill up, and then we feed the plant. We water the plants with the water from the rain barrels. Rainwater has nitrogen in it. Nitrogen is an essential nutrient for plants. It activates their growth hormones. And you need other things too, which we also get involved in we talk about in the gardening class. And then you could buy the fertilizers that I sell that activate that too. So it's funny. It's a good class. We point out some interesting things. I'll give you a quick shorty right now. When you buy conventional, non-organic fertilizer, because I called the company the other day, I said, yeah, this is Organics Today Farm. When I said that, I thought he assumed that I only wanted organic stuff. And I said, I'm looking for a fertilizer. What do you have? He goes, oh, man, I got this fertilizer. There's 3 numbers, and they represent nitrogen, potassium, and so forth. He goes, yeah, it's 20, 10, 10. I was like, whoa, that's not organic, man. That's heavy-duty chemicals. He said, oh, no, it's not organic. You want organic? I said, yeah, I want organic. He goes, okay, I got this stuff. It's 466. So, yeah, that's organic. So the organic stuff is weaker, but you have to combine it with other things like manure. And we get into all that in the gardening class. So if you do all that stuff that I teach you at the gardening class, you'll have a successful garden without having to use chemicals. You don't need that stuff. And that's that. So we have the rain barrels. We use the water from there. And we have the manure. And all that stuff is all great. Okay, so that's about it. We're here till 3 o'clock today. I'm here till 3 o'clock. I got a crew coming in today, too. We're going to be in the greenhouse. If anybody wants to join the volunteer program, just shoot me a text at 631-480-6497. It's a great program, as long as you have the time. And it's 6 hours a week. It's nothing. And I realize you're going to skip a week here and there because you might have a wedding one weekend and you can't come. But the days are 7 days a week. So you want to come on a Monday, a Tuesday, whatever. We're here every day. So the volunteer program is every day. And it's interesting because we start in the greenhouse, we start there, and then we start planting out in the field. That's part of your tasks. And then there's harvesting. So you actually, if you're involved, you go from birth to harvest, and you learn a hell of a lot. So it's a great program, and if anybody wants to get involved, 631-480-6497, and shoot me a call. Shoot me a text. Send me a text. Any questions? Also use that number, send me a text. And that's all I have for you today, folks. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day, and happy St. Patrick's Day.